Hi everyone, it's Yoon from voicemodo.com, and today I'm giving you a bit of a glimpse of inside my house. I'm going to give you an update on my whisper room. Now, it's been about 2 years or so since I started this venture of being a voiceover actor, and one of the more important aspects of having a home studio was that I needed to have a quiet place to record. Now, I have 2 kids and a dog, and I don't have a walk-in closet, right? I know a lot of people work out of their closets, and that's great, that's awesome. I've seen people build like little booths with moving blankets. I knew that I wanted to have a proper, highly effective recording space. So I saved up money and bought a whisper room. I made a video about it and put it up on YouTube 2 years ago. Now a lot has happened since then, and my whisper room has seen a lot of upgrades. So here we go. So first things first, I moved out of the garage, yay, and I am now working inside the house, which is amazing. To have air conditioning and insulation and heating, it's things that you take granted. It's fantastic. So here is the whisper room from the outside. You can see it's the corner of the room. Let's start from the outside, shall we? This fan has been absolutely fantastic, sorry, puns, during the summer months, because it keeps me cool and it keeps this office cool, and I absolutely love it. This monitor is a ViewSonic computer monitor that's mounted to the wall of the whisper room, and just like a little light for nighttime. It's kind of cool. And these are my studio monitors. They are PreSonus Ares E5. And they're fantastic. They've never failed me, which is great, and they're pointed towards me. And this microphone is just a cheap shotgun mic for conference calls, Skype sessions, whatever. So my MacBook Pro, my trusty MacBook Pro from 2012, running fantastic. I love it, and it's connected to the monitor. And I also have a monitor set up inside the whisper room, which I'll show you in a moment, which mirrors what I see here. My interface is the Yamaha AG06 with 2 channels. Right now, channel 1 has my 416 in the booth, and this one leads to the shotgun mic that's right here. It's great because it has inline compressors and EQ settings, and I can do a lot of things with it, which is fantastic. I come from technical theater. Like, I taught high school theater for a long time, and running audio setup like this is no sweat, which is fantastic. And I wanted more control, you know, of my sound. So the AG06 has been fantastic, to say the least. Now, during the daytime when nobody's here, I listen to my sound through the studio monitors. I know they need to be a little higher to be absolutely perfect at my ear level, but they do the job just fine. But at nighttime, when the kids are here, I refer to the cans, and this is a Audio-Technica ATH M30X. About $200 or so, and they're fantastic. Good response. I can hear everything. Of course, they're, you know, full cups, and I have the same thing inside the booth, which I'll show you in a moment. This monitor is run from the HDMI port here, and the monitor that's inside the whisper room is run off of the lightning port, which should be a little more straight. There we go. And because my MacBook Pro only has 2 USB ports, this one is leading to a block which has a bunch of things connected to it, and this side leads to the audio interface. And from the interface is the studio monitors, the headset, or the cans that are here, as well as the inside. There's a splitter, and then the 2 XLRs for the microphones. The one out here doesn't really matter what I use, because it's not used to record professional quality audio, but the one that leads in, this blue one, Lynx, I forget how you pronounce it or what it's called, but LYX Pro. This has been a fantastic cable for me. Great sound quality, no noises, It's durable, it's reliable, it's fantastic. You can see that this cable runs up to the top, and then it goes into the booth to not touch or come in contact with any cables that run power for any type of interference, which helps. And phone, yeah. Right, so that's kind of my setup, and I have like a power strip and a external HD for backup purposes. This fan, turn it on when the computer gets a little hotter to cool the air down. This cools my feet. This cools my head and my body. This cools the computer, and this cools my feet. I am set. Let's go inside. So inside the whisper room, that's what it looks like. Just a simple table, cans. This keyboard and this magic trackpad are connected to the laptop. This mic stand contains the 416 right here, and the monitor, which is mirroring what is seen on my screen. I also have a conference webcam for conference calls, magnetized thing for my phone, and this here is the bass trap, and the one down below. And these panels right here, I don't know if you can see it that well in this darkness, is part of what's called the ATP from Whisper Room, acoustic treatment package. And you have to assemble it, but it comes in a few pieces, like this rack here that has these things that you can slide into place, and it treats the space so that the sound waves don't bounce around in such a way. Oralex from Whisper Room, cheap eBay special triangles, pretty much all over the place. The ones in the corner are acting somewhat of a bass trap as well. These are the more effective, proper ones. I have ones back here hanging as a curtain up top. And for the lighting, I opted for LED Christmas lights, and these provide fantastic and even and warm type of a feel inside here. I could have gone with like a 6,000 Kelvin, like bright white office type of thing, but I kind of wanted this warmth, like 3,000 Kelvin warm house kind of a feel in here. So I went with this color, and it's been wonderful so far, because no heat. These are LEDs. They virtually create zero heat if I close the door. As a matter of fact, I should just close the door. Here we go. They provide absolutely zero heat, and it allows me to stay in here longer, which is good. And these lights are controlled by a Christmas light switch. This is a switch from Ace or Home Depot, I forget, wherever. It's one of those foot switches. When you step on it, it turns things on and off, and it's just easy and nice to have it just connect. It went dark, yeah, right? So, boop, right, a switch for the lights, which is great. This little desk I bought on Amazon for like 50 bucks. That's where my water goes typically, and the cans, right? Right. And the 416 has been absolutely fantastic, this microphone here. I used to have a Rode NT1, the black one, and that sounded amazing, fantastic, great, you know, but it really does not compare to what this thing can do. This is the Sennheiser MKH 416, which is the standard, if you will, for voiceovers, studios. Everybody has a 416. When I got this one, I felt it really felt like a step up. When I bought the Whisper Room, it was a big step up. When I bought this one, it was another big step up, which is fantastic. I'm gonna start recording myself on the Twisted Wave here now, so that this microphone is now active, and you can see that Twisted Wave is now starting to record my voice. And we'll do a comparison, just like before, with the NT1 and the GoPro microphone, and with this one too. Keep up the tradition, right? Why not? So let's change the audio from there to here now. So now what you're hearing is the sound that the 416 is picking up. Complete big difference, I know. Huge difference. And it's strengthened even more so by the space, the whisper room with the ATP installed, and all these things that are here. We do want to keep a certain flat surfaces open, like this monitor here, and some of the space behind me, because I've read somewhere or heard somewhere that too dead is not good either. We want to have some reflective surfaces to bring out the natural aspect of human narration or human voice. You don't want to have it completely dead. I guess that's not so good either. Right. What else? And these lights are simply just held on by these tiny little white hooks that you get at hardware stores. I just screw them in to the wall, and there's a pair, right? Ran the cables from the back, and the way I ran the cables is also a thing as well, because all the low voltage stuff goes through the top. The microphone, the USB cables for the keyboard and the track and whatnot, and everything that carries power for the monitor and the lights go like down below and exit the other port out. And I made sure to separate those types of cables away from each other so that there's absolutely no risk of any type of interference happening between cables. Measures to take to make sure there's no sound being recorded, of electrical interference. The monitor mount is pretty standard. It was like $20 from Amazon. Not a problem there. And I use the magnetic thing for my phone for FaceTime, Skype, whatnot, and the conference webcam. The Logitech webcam is a 720p, but I'm not making films here, so it does its job and it shows my face. So that's all I really need it for. But yeah, here's the whisper room. 2 years later, lots of changes. I got rid of the stupid light that's now hanging outside to shine above the outdoor patio table, because that's what it's good for. Upgrade to the microphone, did an ATP in here, using with a monitor. And it's important to note that the computer is outside of the whisper room, so that if the fan starts to kick on your computer, the fan noise, it's not heard in the recording. So it's vital that the computer is outside the room. Of course, before I come in here, I turn off all the fans, right, so there's no external noises bleeding in. But it's been super nice to have this whisper room and be able to create really, really great recordings. It's a good combination. This microphone, that interface, and this space with the ATP installed. So yeah, there you go. Updated whisper room video. Yay! If I make any more adjustments in here, the last step probably would be to hire a George the Tech or some other audio engineer like George the Tech or whoever it is to really dial in the compression and EQ for this space for my recording. And we'll get there. We'll cross that bridge when we get there, of course. All right, so I'm excited to have shown you my whisper room update 2 years later. I'm sure as things change, I'll come back and do another one of these to show you what's different. All right, thanks for watching and have a great day.